Today's keynote lecture is about augmented reality and its application. As we are not much aware with the augmented reality, and we thought that it's not our specialization, or it's not in the part of our thing. But we should, from now onwards, we should not think in that way. So we have to think that augmented reality also we can include in our curriculum, where we can do lot of wonders with the augmented reality. Okay, so this is the contents which I will be going to deliver for today's keynote session. First, I will be delivering you that what is introduction to augmented reality. Then I have some discussion about history of augmented reality. Then I can have a difference of augmented reality and virtual reality. Then I can discuss you about Milgram reality virtuality continuum. Actually, Milgram is a scientist who has variated what is augmented reality, what is virtual reality, what is mixed reality. So these things we can discuss, on which factors he has differentiated that one, how you can identify that things, everything we can discuss, and augmented reality in detail. So what are the steps will be there, and what are the different techniques will be there for augmented reality, and we can see with an app that how you can create augmented reality. Okay, so and what are the challenges and the classification of air. So these are the different contents that we will see in this today's keynote lecture. Okay, now initially when we start with augmented reality, so what actually an augmented reality? So, in simple, I want to tell you is that suppose if you are seeing any air, like if you are seeing outside the window, or if you are going into the mall, or if you are going into somewhere else, wherever you want. Let us, I will go with an example of simple mart where we can purchase daily commodities. Okay, let us, I will go with an example of m- uh, more more store. Okay, why? Because I will regularly goes to more store every month. So I will take that example, and I will relate how the augmented reality will help. So when we visit, or when we will visit the more store, first we will start with the list of commodities what we have written from our home. Like I want dal this much kg, sugar this much kg, then all the list whatever we will prepare, we have that list, and based on that list we will ask the persons who are standing there. That means shop persons who are standing in front of us, and we will ask them that, so where we can get the sugar, where we can get the dal, or where we can get the some other things, like oil packets, like then shampoos. So where we will get all these things, so we will ask them, they will guide that, sir, you go to that rack, you go to that shelf, so that you can get this information, or you can get availability of that product what you want to looking, what you are looking. Now instead of that, if I enter inside the store, the store has to the store has to have a differentiation that in which rack what commodities are there, in which rack what commodities are there, how many are there, and all this detail has to be appear in front of you. Okay, so this information is required for you basically to save the time, to know how many products are there, to know what is the classification in that product. So everything that you can able to know how you can do this one. So for augmented reality, you required a device. You required an external device. It may be a handheld device, or it may be head mounted device. Augmented reality required a device which will have the extra feature that what you are seeing. Like I will switch on the camera of my mobile, and I will start seeing the store. Now when I start seeing this, what the augmented reality has to done, whenever I keep at a particular bar, at a particular stand, so in that stand how many products are there, how many numbers of the products are there, what are the different products are there, it has to virtually show the numbers. Okay, suppose if you see this diagram, it's a one big mart where how much stock has to be identified. Now instead of going and counting how much stock and all these things, so we will develop a virtual reality app where if you switch on the your mobile camera and you can show the place to know how many stock, how much stock is there and how many numbers are there, then with the help of augmented reality app, it will show that how many how much quantity is there, how many number of stocks are there, whether you want to stock or not, what is the next product distance, all these things will be uh, told by you, told by the augmented reality. So that means you required a 3D visual on a real environment. So what is augmented reality? So overlaying a 3D visual on a real world. Overlaying a 3D visual on a real world experience, I can call it as a augmented reality. That means so partially you feel that is a real, on that it has some 3D visualization, like how much speed you are moving, in which direction you can deviate, so how many clothes are there, what is the stock, all this information will get from the back-end source of the augmented reality app. That means what I can tell augmented reality means, so overlapping the 3D visualization on a real environment, I can call it as a augmented reality. So that is the example which we have discussed, like a community example or a more store example, which will be much convenient and related to you. Okay. Then next thing that we want to discuss is that history and development of AR. So when the AR is started, how it has been developed till now. So the research on AR, that is augmented reality, started in early 1960s itself. Now at that time, uh, mm, professor, or I can call it as a researcher or scientist, whatever it can, Ivan Sutherland and Bob Pearl created a head-mounted display. As initially I already quoted you that to visualize the augmented reality, we required a external device. External device may be mobile, or maybe head-mounted, anything, or like specs also, spectacles also. Like Google has introduced specs now, Google specs. So either specs or head-mounted devices or mobile cameras, mobiles mobiles, that is smartphones, you can call it as a smartphones. Either you should require a smartphone, or whether you can require a head mounted device or a goggle. So in these three, any one device is required to visualize the augmented reality when you are seeing the real scene or real picture. So at 1960s only, in the early 1916 only, these two scientists, they have developed the head mounted AR device. So what it will do, so it will develop the primitive objectives, like primitive shapes, and it will project on your face, on even in front of the face, not on the face, in front of the face it will be projected. So they only concentrate on development of primitive shapes, like if you go for cylinder, circle, plane, and how it will be visualized, how the cross section. So these all the things will be displayed in front of your eyes by using a head mounted device, so that they can visualize, okay, so this is that, like this they can visualize. So the AR development has started at that stage only. Then in 1970s, so Myron Kruger, working at the University of Wisconsin, Madison, he developed a video place. Let us, I will show you what he developed. Okay, so he constructed a room where he arranged different cameras and the video recordings of the cameras. So by using the concept of geometrical modeling, what he done, whatever the hand movements that we are doing, the same hand movements has been reflected as a pictures, and it has been recorded as a video, which it can show to us that how we are working, what is our working style, how we are doing, everything that can be visualized. So this is basically he developed, and it is called it as a artificial reality. And this artificial reality has started a pioneer for augmented reality. So this is the pioneer work, that means starting work for the augmented reality, where it has been helped much lot in development of augmented reality. Next, in 1980s, Steve Mann has developed a what you can call iTap device, where that device has to be wore in front of the eyes, and whatever the superimposition of 3D visualization will falls in front of your eyes. So this is what in 1980s Steve Mann have been developed. Next, in 1990s, so augmented reality term has been formalized, and from that onwards, they have used different types of sources. Like especially in the US Air Force, they have started using virtual fixtures. That means with the help of like we are seeing nowadays, if you want to play badminton or shuttle with the augmented reality, we will take one badminton type thing and we will make use to play virtually, so that the ball will be tapping inside the game. So this basically called it as a virtual fix, where in 1992 Louis Rosenberg US Air Force has been created this one. Then it is slowly developed and it came formalized now that almost all the games which is having the virtual augmented reality will use this one to play different games. Okay. Now in AR in 2000, so Art Tool Kit have developed. I can tell that Japanese scientist. So they developed Art Kit tool. It's a open source one where you can use this architect tool to develop your own augmented reality apps or solutions for a particular task. Like I want to show the visualization of the tiger for a small kid. Now I can use art toolkit and I can make the augmented reality by keeping the photo of a tiger, and I will project the 3D view of the tiger from that image. So this is basically can be done according to your requirement by using art toolkit. So this is basically developed by the Japanese scientist in 2002. Then after that in 2004, so AR developed outdoor helmet has been developed by the US. So like this, the AR application has been tremendously increased. So several years, from past several years. So what is AR today? So as I told that we required external devices to feel the augmented reality. So whether it may be Google Glass, whether it may be I told that head mounted devices, or whether I can require the mobile. So if you see these three examples which I had given, we'll use three devices. So if you go with this one, this is basically called as a Google Glass. Okay, where you can feel or you can visualize the 3D objects that are falling in front of the glass. So which you can see, like mapping, cloud data, all these things you can visualize by the Google Glass. Now the next one is holographic or mixed reality, or what the concept you can call it as. So we are using head mounted devices. So head mounted devices will have much visualization of 3D scene, where you can feel that you are really existing in that environment. So that is Google Head. Then I think this you know very well, the Pokemon, which it has been why would an internet like anything. So it's an augmented reality game that it will direct to us to move accordingly by the 3D pictures that are developed while you are going on the road. Okay, so these are the different types of applications that we can use and the devices that we can use for experiencing the augmented reality. Okay. Now, how does augmented reality differ from virtual reality? So this is basically a confusing thing, that when we can call it as a virtual reality, when we can call it as a augmented reality. So when comes to the augmented reality, the scene which you are considering is real. But when you're considering the virtual reality, even the scene is also virtual. So it is not the real one. Okay. So like I can tell that mm, how I can tell, if you can take the Jurassic Park movies, whatever the uh, 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 whatever the animals that they are creating and whatever the scenery that they are creating, that is based on purely virtual reality. There is not at all that scenery. There is not at all that animals. Even though even though we don't have that animals, or we are not having that animals, but we are creating virtually. The environment, total environment is virtual. But when it comes to the augmented reality, so you have a real scene. On the real scene, you have a 3D information, like like the previous examples which we have seen. Like if I will go to store, okay. Now in the store, the real environment, real scene is store. Now in the store, where are the different types of commodities that will be given as a 3D data for you, which is called it as a augmented reality. That means the 3D visualization will falls on the real scene, which I can call it as augmented reality. The 3D scene which falls on the virtual scene. So that is called as a virtual reality. Okay. Now so I think we have discussed this one, difference between that two. Okay. So and some more differences that we can tell between VR and AR. Let us I can show you. Uh, AR uses real world settings while VR completely virtual, which I discussed already to you. So AR users can control their presence in the real world. VR users are controlled by the system. As I already told you that, so AR will have a real scene, but VR will not have a real scene. Okay, so the person that is present in the real scene will control the situation, but the person that is present in the virtual scene will not control. The system itself will control. So that is called as a VR. Then VR require headset. AR can access it with a smartphone. So that I already told you. So AR enhances both virtual and real world, while VR only enhances the frictional reality. So as I already told you that AR is the overlapping or superimposing the 3D visualization on a real environment. But when it comes to the VR, that is virtual reality, superimposing the virtual 3D data or 3D information on a virtual scene, I can call it as a virtual reality. Okay. Now, so let us. I have to discuss a few things about Milgram reality virtuality continuum. So Milgram, he is a scientist. So who has been classified types of realities what we are having based on some parameters. So let us we can discuss what are the parameters that he discussed and how he classified the different realities. So we have real environment and we have virtual environment, two environments that we will possess. So he has taken a bar. Okay, in the bar one side he fixed for the real environment, and the second side he fixed for the virtual environment. Now the in between space has been divided into different categories. Now let us see how he has defined the categories. Okay, so the first category is augmented reality. Then the second category is augmented virtual reality, virtuality, AB I can call it as. Then virtual environment. So the area between or the space between the augmented reality to the augmented virtuality will be called it as a mixed reality. Let us I can discuss in deep what is these things. So let us I can tell what is augmented reality. You know that 3D scene 3D scene plus real world will be called it as a augmented. So 3D scene plus virtual world. So I can call it as virtual reality. Now let us think about augmented virtuality. Okay, so what is augmented virtuality? See, if you take this situation, that is augmented reality, real real world will have more prominence compared to 3D scene. Like if you go to the more store, there the real scene will be more compared to the information that is provided to you in the augmented base, like how many number will be there, what is the quantity, that is very small compared to the real scene. So that means what I want to tell you is that, so in augmented reality the real scene will be more, that is preference of real scene will be more, and the 3D scene will be less. Now coming to the augmented virtuality. Augmented virtuality. So here what I can tell you is that the importance of the real scene is very less compared to the 3D scene which you want to impose. The real scene have very less importance compared to the 3D scene what you are imposing. So which I can call it as a augmented virtuality. Augmented virtuality. So when comes to the final thing is uh, virtual reality, where there is no importance or there is no role of real scene environment. It is completely changed to the virtual environment. Okay, so augmented reality where real scene will have more prominence compared to the 3D scene which has to be imposed on the real world environment. But when it comes to the augmented virtuality, there there is an existence of the real world or real scene, but the importance of the real scene is very less compared to the 3D scene which you want to or you are imposing, so which is basically called it as a augmented virtuality. Okay, augmented virtuality. Then virtual reality is where there is no role of real scene, only virtual scene with the 3D data imposing on virtual scene. So that is basically called as a virtual reality. So the area between the augmented reality to the augmented virtuality, I can call it as a mixed reality. So the mixed reality proportion will depends upon the what is the involvement of real scene in that particular manner. So if the real scene is more, then it is slightly converting into augmented reality. If the real scene prominence is reducing, it is slightly converting into augmented virtuality. But both the cases I can call it as a mixed reality. So now I think you got the clarity what is augmented reality, what is virtual reality, what is augmented virtuality and mixed reality. Now let us see how he has defined this scale based on some parameters. So let us I have a beautiful example for you. So what is a mixed reality and what is a real scene and what is a virtual reality? Now if you see this one, this is a real scene. Like a lady is standing in front of a table, beside the table on which laptop and chair is there and a lamp is there. So this is real scene. So if I want to add the 3D information to this one, so let us, if you see the second uh, image, so a 3D scanned data or 3D data has been attached or has been imposed to the image. Like here it is showing that in the laptop how many mails you are getting, and it is showing some world map or universe here. So these two elements are 3D scenes which are imposing on the real scene, which I can call it as a mixed reality. But before that, I can call it as a augmented reality. Why? Because here the prominence of real scene is more compared to the 3D scene, 3D virtuality or 3D made scene. So that's why this is called it is a augmented reality, which is the classification of mixed reality. Now, if you see this one, this scene, it is completely a virtual scene. So this is a virtual scene. If you go for back, this is a real scene, but this is a virtual scene where the virtual person is standing. So instead of the real person, the virtual person is standing with all the virtual data. So this is called as a virtual reality. But here in this case, I can tell that if instead of this virtual person, if the real person is standing here, then this I can call it as a augmented virtuality. This I can call it as a augmented virtuality. Why? I will go with this one. So here you forgot about the virtual person. So you just think that the real person is standing. Like a real person is standing and remaining everything is virtual. As I told that, so real scene prominence and the 3D scene's prominence. Here compared to the 3D scene, the real scene prominence is less. So this I can call it as a augmented virtuality. Okay, why? Because here the real scene prominence is very less compared to the 3D scene or virtual scene. So that's why I can call it as a augmented virtuality. Okay, like a news reader. Best example is a news reader who is reading the news, especially the climate, like what is the climate and how the temperature will be there, and what are the temperatures at different places, how the humidity. This climatic news will be read by the news reader, na? So you consider that example. Only the person is standing, and the behind everything is a virtual. Why? Because she just show the hands. That's all. According to the her hand movement, so background will be created, and that will be displayed the information. So which I can call it as a augmented virtuality, where the real scene have the less prominence compared to the virtual scene. So in this way we can classify that what is virtual reality, what is augmented reality, what is mixed reality, and what is augmented virtuality. Okay, now how the Milligram has classified the AR. So based on three parameters, he has classified the AR. Okay, let me tell briefly what are these three parameters, how he classified. Okay, reproduction fertility. What is meant by reproduction fertility means how exactly he recreating the environment based on that one, based on that one. So he has taken the scale, that is the scale one. How effectively he reproducing the environment like 3D scenes that has to be imposed on the real image. So the 3D scenes which has to be imposed on the real scenes, how effectively he reproducing that scene, so that is called it as a reproduction or fidelity. The next one is existence of present metaphor. Okay, so what is this existence of presence metaphor is that, so the user has to feel that he is really existing in the real world. If you create that impact on the user, then I think you have succeeded. I think you have succeeded. That is the second important criteria he has taken. The first important criteria is that how effectively he reproducing the environment. Second is that how effectively I am involving the user, whether he has to feel that this is the real environment. Then the third one is knowledge about the environment. Like if I want to do a augmented reality thing for a what you can call hotels, like if I want to do a augmented reality content for the hotels, like which hotel is best, how many stars will be there, what is the food content is there. Like I will go with the best example. Like I have a plate here. Okay, in the plate I ordered the fish curry. Let us think that I ordered the fish curry. Okay, okay, now you should have a better knowledge on the augmented reality, such that if I superimpose the augmented reality, I have to know what are the nutrients contents that will be there if I eat the fish curry. So if you can have that good knowledge, then only you can able to give the user information properly. Like I am a doctor, I know what is the nutrition contents that it is there if I eat the fish curry. So if I am using the augmented reality app and it got some nutrition content, so as I aware that nutrition contains what is there for the fish curry, and the nutrition contains what it is given by the augmented reality, if it is not matching, then I can tell that knowledge, world knowledge is very less. So the app will not be preferred by the users. Why? It is not giving the right information. So if these three things are there, the what is the score that you are getting based on these things, so you can categorize or you can classify the type of what you can call realities. Either it may be augmented reality, virtual reality, so whatever the thing, so you can do the classification. So this is how he has done the classification based on these 3 points: reproduction facility, fidelity, the existence of presence metaphor. Third one is extents of world knowledge. If these three are having, so in other words, I can tell that how effectively you are recreating the environment. Secondly, that how effectively you are engaging the user such that he has to feel that he is present in the real environment. Third thing is that whatever the augmented reality, the knowledge that is getting out of the augmented reality, it should be matched with the existing knowledge. So if these three things are having a good score, then you can divide the, or you can do the classification for the reality. Okay. Now, what you required? Actually the augmented reality? How you can develop the augmented reality? So basically, you require three important parameters for augmented reality. So first one is combination of real and the virtual world. What is the combination of real and virtual world? As I told that, so if you consider especially augmented reality, so you have two worlds. One is virtual world and one is real world. Here, if you see in the photograph, what is the virtual world? What is the real world? So this Pokemon and these things, these two are virtual worlds, and this road is a real world. So the combination of virtual world and real world is required. The second one is real time interaction. How you are interacting with this real world, with overlapping the real and virtual world. So that is the second. Third one is rendering the content in three dimension. So maybe for your understanding, I can tell in a simple words. You require two things. One is virtual data you require. Second one is real data you require. Okay. So this is the first point. So you have to get virtual data, real data. Second point is that superimpose these two data. Superimpose these two data. Third one is software required to superimpose. If you are having these three, then you can create your own augmented reality. Okay. So what you required? Virtual data, real data you required. Then software to superimpose the virtual data and real data. Third one is proper superimposition such that the user has to feel that you are in the real world. So if you are having these three, then you can able to develop your own augmented reality apps. Okay. So nowadays, there is a whooping amount of 2.5 billion dollars are spending on this augmented reality for developing, and moreover still it will be more market share in future coming years. So you can utilize this augmented reality for any type of application. I can discuss that also. How does augmented reality will work? So basically we required four things to work augmented reality. I don't want go for this data. Why? Because this is the back end version that you required SLAM, that is simultaneous localization and mapping. So how the augmented reality work is that it will collect the localization data, and based on the mapping of localization data, it will give the information. So that we should not much discuss about this one. First we have to concentrate on this one: camera, sensors, processing, projection, reflection. So these four are required. So camera and sensors are required to capture the image and to sense the image. Then after sensing the image, processing is required. Then after processing, projection and reflection. So if you are doing this one, then I think you can do the augmented reality. Okay. Now this is the basic block diagram or augmented reality block diagram, where what are the input devices that you are having, what is the software, and how the server. So as I told that you have three types of things. You require three types of components. One is hardware component, software component, and server. Server is to transfer the information to and fro, like to transfer the data from the software to the mobile, or mobile to the software. You require a cloud or web server, so which it has to transfer through that one. Okay. Now all the games that will works on the cloud server only. Once you registered with user ID password, whatever the game that you have played, it will automatically stored in the server. Whenever you visit again, and it will automatically download from the server, and you can play from that onwards. So that is basically called it as a cloud server or web server, where for every application you will have a server, and whatever you are doing, it will be stored in that server. Whenever you want, you can recall that one by the same user ID password what you have given for the server. So in this way, the server will be useful. And as I told, that software which will have the ability to combine the virtual scene and the real scene. You required the hardware to capture the virtual and real scene. So if you have these things, I think you can create the augmented reality. Now, what you need to create a augmented reality app or a augmented reality service? First one is you required a image is required. If you are okay, I will tell the classification, then you can understand what is a triggering image. Let I can tell you required a triggering image, then you required a 3D object, then you required a software, then a mobile. So these four is required for you: triggering image, 3D model, software, and mobile device. So if you are having these four, then you can create your augmented reality app or augmented reality application. I will show you how to create that augmented reality application also by these four. You please remember that you require a trigger image, you require a 3D model, or video also. Anything is fine. Either you can require 3D model or you can require the uh, video also. Here I created a augmented reality application based on the video. Okay, I will show that one. Instead of video, you can use the image, so 3D image also. Okay, so anything. Either you required trigger image, you required 3D model, you required software, and you required mobile camera, mobile device. So if you are having these four, I think you can able to create your own augmented reality application. Let us see how we can do. Before going to that one, so as I pointed out that we required a trigger image. The trigger image should be static image. It should not be moving image. It should be a static image. Okay. So what is a triggering image? What should be the quality of a triggering image? So the triggering image should be a unique image which you should not download from any cloud data like Google Cloud Data or some other Google search or Google Images, Google Photos. You should not download the image which is existed in that servers. You have to create your own image. Then only the recognition of that image will have much scope, so that it will identify easily by the software. Otherwise, if you are using a existing image which is present in a server, so different person may be used for different application, may not be worked properly for this one. So that's why don't use the images which are present in the servers. You have to create your own image such that it have the better working experience. AR working experience. That's why I have chosen my own image which I created with the CAD model. This is the pen assembly. Now, so then you required a marker. Marker means a marking position where you want to capture or display the model. So if you have these two, I think it's fine only. Okay. Now understanding the display techniques, then I can go with how to develop the app. So basically we have three types of devices that we are having based on the eye distance that you are keeping with the device. One is hand attached, hand and facial. Okay. So hand attached or head mounted, anything I can call it as. So which is very nearer to that one. Okay, so the distance between retina and the head mounted devices are very less. So you have to see that, you have to feel, and you should not get the eye strain when you are feeling the augmented reality. Then the second one is handheld, which is called as a mobile devices. And the third one is facial, which are called as a projectors. So it having a lot of distance between the eye and the projection. So you will have projection based augmented reality, then mobile based augmented reality, headset based augmented reality. So based on the distance from the eye, so they have classified in these three classifications. Now, first one is handheld AR or monitor based display. So, as I told that this is a monitor based display or handheld display. So, you will have mobile with your hand and you will use the app, whatever the app you require. Any app. There are a lot of apps are there for virtual reality. You can use any one app and you can switch on that app, and if you show the environment, so then you can get the experience of augmented reality. So this is called as a what you can call handheld augmented reality. Now the next one is headset based augmented reality. So you will have a headset, you will develop your own headset, or you can purchase the headsets which are developed by the users like Samsung, HTC, Halcyon, Meta, Google. Then you have different types of headsets that are available. Now you have so many sophisticated headsets are also available, which you can feel that experience while you are playing the game, while you are watching the movie, whatever it may be. So you can use this type of augmented reality, which is called as a headset-based augmented reality. So this headset-based augmented reality again classified into two types. One is video see-through, optical see-through. What is video see-through? What is optical see-through? Video see-through means so as I told that you will have a virtual world and you will have the real world. Okay, let us I will tell in a simple manner. So you have the virtual world, you have the real world. and you have a display unit. You have a display unit. You have a display unit. Now, what it will do in video see through, before displaying on the display unit by which your eye has to be visible, the virtual world and the real world will be combined. That means superimposed, and that scene will be projected on display unit where your eye will visible that one. So this is called it as a video see through. Again, I am telling video see through means the virtual scene and the real scene will be superimposed, and that after superimposing it will falls on the display unit so that the display unit will be visible to you. So this is basically called it as a video see through. Then, so this is basically how the video see through will have the block diagram. So I will explain in detail with small concept. Okay, so this is the real world which are having the flowers. Now for this flowers, I want to add some virtual scene that insects are coming and sitting on the flowers. So this is the virtual scene I have to add. Now I captured the real world using the camera, and I will send this to the processor. I will send it to this processor. Now what the processor will do? The processor initially will create the 3D scene. How the 3D scene will be created based on our visualization that whether I require insects will fall on the flowers, or some other things will fall on the flower, that I will visualize and I will create that scene. That is insects. Okay, so this is virtual object. That creation is called virtual object. Now this virtual object and the real objects both will be combined in the graphic system. After combination, it will send to the display unit. It will send to the display unit where our eye will see that one. So this is called as a video see-through, where the real scene and the virtual scene combined before projecting on the display. Now the next one is optical see-through. So in the optical see-through, what will happen? You know that. So you have a mirror. You will have a transparent mirror. You will have a transparent mirror where see. Where you have a mirror like this. You will have a mirror like this one. It is a transparent mirror. It is a transparent mirror. It is a transparent mirror where the user eye can see the real world directly. Okay. Real world directly, and the virtual scene will project on this mirror. The virtual scene will project on the mirror. I will show the best example for you. So this is called as a optical see-through. So this is the window, which is a real environment. On the real environment, the scene is falling. On the glass, the scene is falling, and you are watching the real environment through the glass. Again, I'm telling you will have a glass, and from the glass you will see the real environment. Now for that real environment, virtual scene will be added on the glass. So this is basically a best example that I'm driving a car on my uh, from the window or from the front glass. I'm watching the road. Now if I want to take the deviation, or if I want to take the overtake, then I will take the consult of virtual augmented reality. So when I want to take the help from the augmented reality, the 3D scene or the virtual scene will fall on the glass, will fall on the front glass, saying that you can take the diversion or you can take the overtake, and this is the distance. So what is happening here? So I am directly watching the real environment. When I am watching the environment, the 3D visualization is falling on a glass. So which is called as a optical see-through. Optical see-through. Now I think you understand what is video see-through and optical see-through. In video see-through, virtual environment and real environment will combine before falling onto the display. But in the optical see-through, I am watching the real environment directly, And if I want to assistant of augmented reality, the augmented reality will fall on the augmented reality information will fall on the glass. So which is optical see-through. So these are the two types of classifications that will be there in the head mount. Okay, so these are the different type devices that you can use for head mounted type thing. Now these are the challenges. Here one challenge I can tell you that how the augmented reality will be how the augmented reality is facing. Suppose I am displaying the 3D scene on a real environment. When I am displaying the 3D scene on a real environment, the virtual scene should not dominate the real scene. The virtual scene should not dominate the real scene. If the virtual scene is dominating the real scene, then the user will lose that which is virtual, which is real, which is virtual, which is real. So by that, it is too difficulty to analyze that how to control or how to make use of the uh, 3D scanned 3D data or virtual data that should not overtake or that should not control the real scene. So this is a very big challenge. Now the most physicists are facing how to control that thing to dominate the real scene while you are projecting the virtual scene. So this is one of the key factors that you want to look up. Now, so what is the goal of an augmented reality? So the basic goal of augmented reality is when you create an augmented reality, the user who is experiencing that augmented reality will not feel that it is not a real scene. If he feels that it is not a real scene, then your goal of augmented reality is not achieved. Again, I am telling what is the goal of augmented reality. If a user is seeing the augmented reality by using some application, he should not feel that it is not a real. Like if I'm watching the uh, gold, what I can tell you, gold. I will show you a video so that you can have a better idea. I think now you are watching this video where a Kong is coming and where Godzilla is coming. If you see this scenario in this time, you can feel that awkward. Why? Because it is looking like a unnatural. Whatever the scenes that is behind that and how it is moving and how the designing and everything, you will feel that it is unnatural. So that means you are not involving in that scene. Why? Because you can know that it is not a real one. Okay. So now come to our uh, recent release so uh, I think this is a better way. Uh, so this is a fighting scene which is from King Kong movie. Now if you see this scene, the trees and the goal is okay. It is only the goal is real and remaining everything is virtual. So this is called as a augmented virtuality, where the real scene, the virtual scene is dominating by the real scene. Here everything is virtual only. But when you see this scene, you are feeling that your involvement is more in that scene. So that means here what I want to tell you is that if you are making the involvement more effectively, even though it is in virtual, then your goal is achieved. So this is for that purpose only I have taken this example. So that means when you created an augmented reality, so what is your goal? If I ask anybody, is that if you feel the user that he is watching real, then I think your goal is success. Now, So these are the different apps that will be there for augmented reality. So many apps are there, but I consolidated some few apps and I listed down. You can use these apps to create your own augmented reality application like HP Reveal, Cost Education, then Wonderscope, Lawyer, Shapes 3D. This is used for mathematical application basically. And Metaverse, Snapshot. I think most of you know about this Snapshot, which you can play very little games using AR technology. Then AR marker. So these are the different apps that will be there to create the augmented reality application. Now, classification of AR. So we have reached to our final thing, very important thing. Classification of AR. So we can classify the AR based on how you are projecting the things. The first classification of AR is marker based AR. What is meant by marker based AR? For the marker based AR, you required a mark and you required a 3D model. Then you scan that mark, whatever the created 3D model will project on that one. Okay. So if you see this example here, here what is the mark is the uh, the kid that is standing behind the standing. So he is the mark. Now on the mark, I have created a model that is a rib model. So that rib model has to impose on that mark. So which is called as a marker based AR. Without mark, the 3D model will not be projected on that mark. The mark has to be specific, and once this mark is identified only, then the 3D model will be developed. Let us see how you can create that marker based AR app using RLoopa. So here I have brought to you that how to create a augmented reality application using RLoopa software with the concept of marker based. Okay, so I'm going with this one. Okay, so just you type in the Google. Okay, so you type RLoopa. So you will get RLoopa Studio. You just enter here. Then you just click in here RLoopa Studio login. So if I am fast, please tell whether I am fast or slow. Okay. So when you open the RLoopa, it will come like now. When you open RLoopa, it will come like this. Then you go for create an account. Now I think everything is known to you. You just write your mail ID, then you write your name, then go for password, confirmation of password, then you go for sign up. As I'm having already login account, so I'm just logging. I'm logging, then sign in. So then this is the environment that it will look after. Okay. Now it will get in this way. When you open this RLoopa software, then here you will get the option called create new experience. You just click on this one. So then a user defined window will open here. Then here you can see what are the different types of AR applications that you can make. One is marker based, markerless, location based, web AR. So these are the different types of ARs that you can create by using RLoopa software. Now we don't have that much time to discuss all these things. So I will discuss the primary thing, that is mark based AR creation by using RLoopa. So you can create with the other softwares also. There are another software also there where you can create the RLoopa. Okay, so don't think that it is the only application, but it is an easy application. So that's why I chosen this application RLoopa. So you can also try with RLoopa, or the best application, you know, Unity. Unity 3D software is the best application, and you can develop much customized things in the Unity 3D compared to the RLoopa. But it is the simplest one, and you can easily develop the AR application by using RLoopa. But few things you have to keep in mind. So let us, I will tell what the few things that you have to keep in mind. So you have to select marker based RLoopa. Then next, Then when you take next button, then you will get these many options. Now, as I told that you required a trigger image, you required a video or image or 3D model, whatever it may be. Then you required a software. Then you required a mobile camera. So these four things you require. So first thing is that so we required a trigger image. Before that, after trigger image, what should be developed? Whether it is a 3D model has to develop, or video has to play, or what the things has to play will be judged. Now here I am going with video. Video has to play. So I have clicked on the video. Then I am going with next. Now the another window will open. So where it will ask for the title that I will give the pen assembly animation. Okay, so description is I don't require. Okay, then marker image. Here few things that you have to keep in mind is that when you are keeping a marker image is basically called it as a trigger image. Trigger image should be unique and it should not coincide with the images which are existing, like in the Google server or Google Play Store or a cloud storage, any storage, it should not be matched. That's why what I have done is that I have created my own image. So I'm browsing that one. You can also do this one. It's very easy, nothing difficult in that one. So here, so I created this image pen 3. So this is the pen 3 image, okay, which I created, and I have used as a trigger image. When I show this pen image with the mobile, then the video has to play. So this is what has to be done. And what is the video? So let's put up. This is the pen video. So uploaded. So when you click the next, it is showing. Okay, so just play the video. But here few things you have to see. This the pen image and the video playing is somewhat tilted. So you just tilt the orientation. Roughly it has to match like this. Then you move. I think it's superimposed. Fine. Then now play the video. Yes. So perfect. Then you go for publish. So it has been published and it is waiting for the approval pending. Now when you go with this one, so you will get an application mail like this that your creation has been created and it is waiting for the approval. Okay. Now what you have to do is that you just go to the Google Play Store. Just go to the Google Play Store. So when you go for the Google Play Store, you will have the app called Arlupa. Okay, just type Arlupa. So this you have to install in your mobile. I already installed in my mobile. Okay. So when you open this one, When you open that one, you will have the option called scanner. Okay, I will show you that one. So this is the user interface which we will get. In that you will have the option called scanner. If you click this one, it will ask which image I have to scan. Now, whatever the image that you have given as a trigger image, the same type of image you have to show here. Once if you show that image, then the video which you imposed on that image will play on the image what you have triggered. What you have triggered. So by that you can able to develop the or you can visualize that how the assembly is going on for the pen. Like that you can develop your own type of augmented reality application by using Arlo. So here actually it will take some time for approving from that Arlupa. Once you get the approval, then you can automatically play this video. Okay, so this is basically how you can done with the Arlo. So similarly, HP Reveal also, but actually this app now it is not available in the Play Store. Okay, so you can try with the Arlupa. It will be work, no problem. But the thing is that the video and the image which you are uploading, it should be unique. It should not copy or it should not taken from any other data source. Okay, so this is how the steps which I have given. You just follow the steps, those who want. So and you can develop. Okay, then the markerless AR. Okay, so markerless AR means here you don't required to go for any type of marking like trigger image which I told. Just 1 second. Okay, fine. Uh, when we are discussing about markerless AR, in the markerless AR, we don't require any type of triggering image. Instead of triggering image, we will just show the place where the model has to be developed. Where the model has to be developed. Now, this can be achieved by the Arlupa itself. I will show that one in the Arlupa for you. So, I'm going create new experience. Now, markerless, markerless, next. Now, again, image or 3D model, whatever it may be. So, if you have 3D 360 video image or anything empty scene, let us I will come with empty scene. Browse. I go with the then I'm going how the marker less. But actually, this image resolution is very more. You have to see that things also. So if you reduce the image resolution, then it will be fine. Actually, image resolution also you have to look at. I have not concentrated on the image resolution, so that's why it is coming like that. I don't have 3D image also. Only I'm having 2D image. So the procedure is same. So image next, then you can select the preview image and image which you want to fall. So these two is required for you. So it is projected on the this. So instead of this image, you can project the 3D model also. So once it is published and it is accepted, then you can show the free space. Then the model will develop on that. So this is how markerless based. Here we don't want to require any trigger image. Instead of trigger image, any free space if you show and the 3D model which you created will be developed. The best one is that which I want to tell you is for this one. So this is another app which I want to tell you. So the app name is GeoGebra, where you can create the mathematical models by your phone. So like you have the option called Start Calculator. Now once the calculator is started, you can create your own 3D models like tools I'm having. So I can go with the tools. And here, what you have to do, you have to draw yourself and you have to build yourself. Like okay, like this. And when you publish this one, it will automatically comes to your app. So you have the app called Geo 3D app. Okay, very big. So I will choose 2 points. So it is taking too long. I can go with create. Okay, this is fine to me. This is the object which I created. Let us think. Then fine to me. So save as here. Okay, saved successfully. So now what you have to do, you go to here, you type here Geo Zebra. Then you will get the app. So this is the app, GeoGebra app. Anything you can download 3D. Why? Because we are using 3D. I already installed this one, but actually I don't have the screen share option with me from the mobile. Otherwise, I can show to you how to do the screens, how to do the things. Okay. So what you have to do, so you just go to that one and just 1 second. I forgot in which profile I created. Created for Dr. Bindu. So if I am having letters, I will show you in my thing so that you can understand. Uh, if you see my in this, so this is my login. Okay, so here see whatever I save now, that sphere has been this. Okay, now what you have to do, you just close this one. You just open this app. Okay, so just hold a second. I will show you how the augmented reality will work. Just 5 minutes. That's all. Screen sharing is there actually. So just what I want to tell you is that whatever you will create here now, so whatever you create here, whatever you create here, it will stored in the save section. So that will be opened through the link, and wherever you project now, so that model will be developed as a 3D model. You just try this one, it's very easy, simple. So you build your own model, and you try to save that model, and it will go to your app of the mobile. Once you open that app, it will ask to scan the area. You just scan the area, and the model will build in that area. So this is what actually it will work. So I hope, so I tried my best to understand you how to develop the virtual reality application with marked uh, AR and markerless AR. So these are the two things we have discussed. So you can try markerless AR and marked AR with Arlupa software, and markerless AR you can try with the GeoGebra, which I have told you. That is a very easy application where you can develop your own mathematical application. Okay. Now the next one is superimposed based AR. So this is basically it will impose on the human body or a particular surface, and it will match with the existing one. So which you can get the details from this one. It is superimposed based AR. Now the next one is projection based AR. So here we don't require anything. I think you have seen the picture. So by the picture itself, whatever the projection that is there, with that help, we can able to control the things. So which is called as a projection based AR. Okay. Now then the next one is outlined AR. So this is basically useful when you are driving in the foggy conditions. So you can't able to see the road, or if you are driving in the night condition also, you are see you can't see the road proper. That time this AR will helpful for you to deviate from the other environment to this environment. It will clearly indicate the border lines and everything, and you can able to get the information, which is called it as a outline AR. Okay. Now the next one is location based AR. So this will work when you went to a particular shopping mall, when you went to a particular community mall, when you went to a particular hotel, where the items that will be there. So it will be tracked and it will be told. So that is called it as a location based AR. Now, so these are the AR limitless possibilities you can use in health, retailer, gaming, education, tourism, food, and sports. I think you know most of the people that whatever that LBW that they are analyzing, that is based on the augmented reality only. So, so for every aspect we can use the augmented reality for having the society better in way, such that we can use the utilizations and benefits of the augmented reality. So nowadays we are shifting to the military also, and online shopping anyhow we are having the augmented reality. In assembly also we are doing. And now the first case which I have shown, that pen model assembly, so that can be possible with the AR, which you can use for the assembly operation. Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. So if you have any doubts, maybe a questionnaire session, I think. Thank you, Vananda. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for the question.
Thank you very much, sir, for sharing your elaborate knowledge about augmented reality. It's really enlightened our knowledge.
But
Um,
due to the screen sharing option, I don't find, so I couldn't able to show properly this app. Actually, this GeoGebra app will work very nicely. So those who want to try augmented reality in mathematics, especially for them, the GeoGebra app will work very effectively. So please try this.
Now this session is open for queries. Now participant can ask your questions to the speaker. Participants can unmute yourself and can ask the question.
Sir, Professor, sir,
Yes, sir.
I have one question. Means for education purpose, animation has to be made So
Ah,
is there a free platform, open platform is available so that we can have a animation of 5 to 10 minutes?
no, sir. Actually, I will give a simple example. Like I want to show the pen assembly animation. You have to create the animation by your own self.
Take a snapshot.
So you have to you have to develop your own animation. Like whatever the video that I played, I will show you the video.
Okay, thank you, sir. Is it possible, like a digital fabrication, some processes are there? Can we
Excuse me, sir.
compose in
Uh,
Dear participants and
VR?
dear speaker, kindly start your video.
I have to switch on my video, right? Yes. So I switched on my video. I think my screen is visible to you, right? My screen is full. Please let me know.
Yes, sir. Whatever
I
you are presenting that is visible, sir. But
video I'm playing. Whether the video is visible to you.
yeah, sir.
This is an pen assembly video which I created. So you have to create like this the videos. You can use the animation videos which are existed to show to the students or in the education purpose. But due to some constraints in the apps that are present, so they will check the originality that you are publishing. This is the basic what you can call criteria they will check. I will show the example that some of my videos got rejected in the this one. I will show that example also so that you can able to know R-Lupa. Right. So I told you this one. So if you see this one, this video which I made is rejected from R-Lupa. Why it is rejected? Because I have used the original pen as a marker based year. So this pen resemblance is there in their cloud-based data. So they told that it will not be accepted for your augmented reality application. So please remove that one and you have to do again. So these are the some complications will be there in different apps. You please note it that what are the complications that will be there and what the terms and conditions they are giving. Based on that one, if there is no certain types of things, you can use the animated videos which are present existed and you can make your own AR. So there is nothing wrong in that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Dear participants, kindly start your webcam.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes
Yeah,
sir. Please.
yeah. Question is at least one example with regard to robotic applications, this particular AI technology.
Robotic application means especially we can do this augmented reality in assembly, sir. Why? Because if we are having any problem in some machinery parts or something else, so this augmented reality will help you that what condition it is there and how much failure percentage is there. So which part can work, how much time. So what is the working duration? All these things will be told by the augmented reality when you use the augmented application, especially for the assembly and this sort of inspection kind of things. You can use this augmented reality application.
Okay.
Like if you scan the augmented reality app for the inspection, whatever the components that are present in that one, it will give the information that what is the what is the time period for that one. Then how much in how much time you have to replace that one. So what is the working condition? So how many hours it is worked? All this information will get through augmented reality app that you developed based on the application. So you can do that one, no problem.
Okay. So basically, we have to create such an app, isn't it?
No,
We had to
not
create.
app, application, not app. Here I'm using RLoopa. RLoopa is an app which is developed by
Yeah.
some person, but I am creating my application in that app.
Okay. Okay.
So like I have used in GeoGebra. GeoGebra is a already existed app, but my
So-
application is not there.
So let us take an example of a suppose assembly application, nut and bolt application assembly only using
Yes.
a robotic manipulate. Okay. So suppose a bolt is fixed on the work in the work environment of the robot, and the robot has to fit a nut into it. So then, how can AR help us using means like how can it help? Can it help?
Basically, first you have to think that robotic assembly. Then only you can think about the
Yeah.
augmented reality applicable to the robotic assembly.
Yeah.
Whether the robot is completely doing the assembly or it is required the manual assistance for the robot.
Excuse me, sir. It's a gentle request. Dear participants, kindly open your webcam.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, I want to know about this robot 2D and 3D. You know, that is a more key point of this one as a matrix assembly. That part can you explain, sir? Want to understand what is that? How it is?
Sorry, sir. I didn't get your question.
Hello,
Yes, sir. Can you repeat, please, sir?
sir. 2D and 3D amalgamated. That is
2D, 3D migrated.
hello.
Hello, sir.
That is a 2D and 3D. You know, that's what you are telling. Hello.
Sir, 2D, 3D.
Yeah.
Okay.
That matrix something is there, no?
Matrix, I didn't tell about any what you are speaking, sir. Whether this GeoGebra
Yeah, yes,
or
yes.
RLoopa. Which one, sir? Which one you
Yeah,
are
yes,
talking?
yes. Yes, sir.
This GeoGebra.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
That part we want to understand, sir.
Okay, sir. Actually, I can rebrief that what I have told you. So
Yes, sir. No problem.
first you go with the GeoGebra app. So you have this is an application in your Google. So you just type GeoGebra. So
Okay, sir.
it will open like this. So it's a mathematical tool. Basically, I want to tell you that how you can visualize the mathematical models like sphere, circle. You can make your own thing also. There is nothing wrong. But based on the equation only, you can develop a surface. I think any 3D model can be developed with the help of equation. I think you accept this one, right?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to discuss about the equation and how to develop that one. But here I am taking a predefined model which is present in the GeoGebra itself. Okay, so that you can understand easily that what I'm telling. So here you just click this one,
Okay,
then
sir.
you
Thank
will
you.
open the GeoGebra, then you go for Start Calculator. Here you will have the option called Start Calculator. Then it will open in this way.
Oh.
Now once
Okay, sir. Thank you.
okay.